my last video, it probably looked like my bike was a hunk of junk because I had to push start it. But really, honestly, I just like freaking almost killed the battery starting it. And it's because I gave it throttle with the choke on, which the Magna does not like. So no throttle, just hit the button. What the fuck? See how fucking easy that was? What the fuck? Fuck my life, dude. Well, you learn something new every day, I guess. So it's like nasty out. I know, like you're probably thinking, why would you want to ride? But dude, it's December. It's late December, and it's 70 degrees out. Why would you not ride? You see my last video? This is like way different weather, man. I will probably never do that again. Ah! 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 I can't feel my legs either. My legs just, I can't feel them. Oh, this hurts. What's up? Anyway, on to today's topic. So there's a lot of debatable stuff going on with new motorcycles and new ways to break them in. And you know, there's two arguments. There's the hard break-in people. Let me say that with quotes. Hard break-in. I'll get to that in a second, why I do that with little finger quotes. And then there is what's called the little, like, manufacturer, whatever break-in. So, I'll give you an example. You know, in both of these cases, it's important, very important, to let the bike get the operating temperature before you do anything. So anyway, let's say this is a brand new Magna. I'm going to use the manufacturer's recommendation for breaking it in. Here's probably what it would look like. You know, not getting it real heavy up into the RPMs. You know, and then trying to do like this a lot. Just vary your RPMs, like make it go low, make it go a little higher. You know, that's the manufacturer's like recommendation for breaking it in. And a lot of people seem to think that that is the best way to break in an engine, simply because, oh, you know, a new engine, things are tight, and if you just be gentle about it and vary the RPMs, you know, it will polish up any rough areas that the engine may have. Now, okay, this may have been the case years ago, before, you know, CNC machining and all that really picked up the way it has. You know, when engines are made these days, I mean, it is like super, super damn precise. You know, it's not like just they give it their best guess and slap it together and like, oh, the engine will wear in the rest. No, this stuff is like pretty dead on. And see, the controversy with the hard break-in is everyone thinks the hard break-in's like frickin', like just fucking running the guts out of it, man. And it's not. It's not really just running the guts out of it in just a completely ignorant, asinine way. It'd be more like something like this. See, I'm not revving the shit out of it. Like, it's only getting up to about 6,000-7,000 RPMs. But see, the thing is I'm doing a lot of acceleration followed by a lot of deceleration. And what this does is when you have a new engine and you want to break it in, what you're essentially breaking in is you're setting the piston rings in. And the way you do that is pressure. And the best way to create pressure in an engine, think of an engine like a vacuum. Every time you accelerate, it sucks in air and then has to like exhaust it out. So basically you could think of an engine as like a big like air compressor pretty much. It sucks in air, burns fuel, compresses it with your downstroke and exhausts it out, the engine. So the best way to break in those piston rings is to create pressure in the engine by acceleration and then engine braking. You know, it's not hitting it at like the rev limiter and just screaming it. That's not what a hard break-in is. I think that's what a lot of people think of when they hear that term, hard break-in. They think of a guy just, oh, I got a brand new bike, let me hit it at like 150 miles per hour and just bounce it off the rev limiter for like 10 minutes. Yeah. And that's just not the case. It's a very methodical, harder braking. See, like, that is basically what it would look like. And you would just kind of do that, like, real heavily for about the first 50 miles, and then after that, it would be similar to, you know, the easy braking. You would just vary the RPMs, but at the same time, you would make sure you're still using a good bit of acceleration and engine braking, like real long engine braking, kind of like I'm doing now. And then you stick it in neutral and like fucking freak yourself out. God damn it. You guys can debate me all day. You know, all the easy engine braking guys, you can debate me all day. The hard braking is the best thing you can do for your bike, because when it's manufactured, your bike has like this kind of like knurled or like cross-hatched pattern on the piston for a reason. You know, it's a rough finish on purpose, because the idea is to create pressure on those rings, and that rough surface will really wear those rings in right. And when your rings are set in right, there's less power loss, there's less blow-by, so that means there's less contaminants in your oil, and there's actually more power. Like, you ever wondered how like two guys can have the exact same bike, but one guy's bike just seems like it pulls harder, or it just seems like it runs better? Guarantee you the guy who has the better running bike broke his in hard versus following the manufacturer's stuff. And I know what you guys are going to say. Well, if the hard braking's so much better, why do they even put it in the manual? And I'm going to say I don't know the exact reasoning behind it, but I honestly think the reason why the easy braking is still put in the owner's manual is because I think it's for legal reasons. I mean, if you tell a guy that just buys a new motorcycle, make sure you run it all the way up through the RPMs and do a lot of engine braking, what's going to happen whenever that person gets in a wreck because they kind of misunderstood the concept and they were hauling ass through the city streets thinking, oh man, I got a hard brake in this motorcycle, and then they get in some really bad accident? They're going to be in a pretty good position to try to sue the manufacturer of the motorcycle because, oh, well, they suggested that in their owner's manual that I ride it like this, and I got hurt because of it. That's just me. That's just my opinion. Maybe there's someone out there who knows more of the legal stuff behind it. Maybe they know why they still put that in there. But my guess is, with so much information out there saying that the hard braking is better for power, better for performance, better for longevity, I really don't know why they put that in there. It's the only reason I could think of. Man, this is what I want winter to be. If winter was just like this for 3 months, I would be fine. Because right now, I'm not cold, I'm cool. I feel cool, I'm not freezing, it feels good, man. This is like ideal winter weather. Of course, I know it's not going to stay like this. The reason why they tell you to avoid highways, it's not because your RPMs are going to be too high. It's because there's not going to be enough variance in between your RPMs, because who engine brakes on the highway? You don't have any stop signs, you don't have any stoplights to engine brake on the highway. And if you try to do it on the highway, chances are you're going to get rear-ended. You know, if you're doing the hard braking method, it's probably a good idea to stay off busy roads and to stay off roads that don't have a lot of stops, because, you know, it's not good to sit there and just slow down in the middle of traffic using engine braking when the car behind you isn't expecting it, because that's how you get rear-ended. So no, I'm not telling you guys to go out on like the busiest like street in your area and do this. You know, you only have to really do this real hard for the first 50 miles, and then for about the next 1,450 miles, you know, you want to keep varying the RPMs, using a good bit of engine braking, using a good bit of acceleration. And then, you know, after that, you can switch to synthetic oil and just basically ride the bike however the hell you want. Because by that time, it's basically broken in. You know, like 80% of your engine's break-in happens within like the first 50 to 100 miles. After that, it's more of like a overtime type thing. And ow, that bump hurt my balls, dude. Come on, dickhead. We are Target to get some banana milk. Go, dickhead. Come on, dickhead. Okay, if the Ruckus can park on the sidewalk, then I'm pretty sure I can park on the sidewalk. Go in the neutral, dick.